Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
May I have a seat?
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, Rafi Ullah. You have done MPhil in International Relations.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please introduce yourself to us?
My name is Rafi Ullah. My father name is Hasan Khan. I belong to district Duki. I got my early education from my hometown. I did my matriculation from Balochistan Residential College, Loralai. Then I moved to Government College, University, Lahore for my intermediate studies. I have done graduation in political science and MPhil in international relations from Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. My distinctions include securing top position in matriculation exam throughout the province of Balochistan. I have studied 1 semester in Montana State University of America under the Global Undergraduate Scholarship Program, which was sponsored and financed by the State of America. I have 4 publications in international journals regarding ethnic politics and sub-nationalist movements in Pakistan, as it remained my area of study in both graduation and MPhil. Currently, I am serving as a chief officer in Balochistan local government since April 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafi Ullah. Your GPA in MPhil was 3.9?
Yes.
Could you tell us something about research methodology in international relations?
Research methodology deals with the ways, techniques, and methods to carry out your research regarding a topic or phenomena under study. It includes multiple stages like observation, data collection, hypothesis, experimentation, and finally proving your hypothesis through theoretical framework.
How many methodologies are there?
There are 3 methodologies which are which are used. One is a qualitative methodology, and second is quantitative methodology, and the third is mixed method, in which both quantitative and qualitative techniques are being used.
What was your MPhil thesis on?
My MPhil thesis was on the politics of quantifying the people, 2017 census of Pakistan.
And what was your finding?
Actually, it was about the construction of identities through statistics, numbers, the construction of majorities and minority groups within Pakistan. And as my area of study in graduation was also around ethnic politics, so I tried to cover ethnic dimension of the census and the use of data in creating and constructing the minorities and majority ethnic groups in Pakistan. And the question which I addressed also include why the census in Pakistan has been delayed multiple times. What were the reasons behind them? What kind of questions were used in different census performers? Like how many times or what language, mother languages options were included in multiple census performers. Based on these data, I did my research regarding the quantifying of the people.
So was it whole Pakistan or was it certain region?
Yes, it was about whole Pakistan, about different ethnic groups within Pakistan.
And your third option is foreign service.
Yes, ma'am.
You know the difference between an ambassador and a high commissioner?
I don't know.
There's a lot of criticism on Malala Yousafzai. What is your take on that?
Well, the first point is that, and I'm very sorry to say that any figure which got famous in Pakistan is being criticized from different perspectives and different regions and by different people owing to their own idea about their person or a phenomena. Same is the case with Malala Yousafzai. The basic criticism about her was that why, when Taliban carried out an attack against her and her colleagues, why it was just Malala which was highlighted by international media, and so much fame was and attention was given to her instead of other children who also got shot in that incident. My take on that is that it is always the leader that matters a lot. Malala Yousafzai was leading this educational program in the face of Taliban threats to girls' education in Swat and Malakand division. And she was doing it for quite a long time before that incident took place. And the main target of that incident was Malala, not the other children, because Taliban considered Malala as their arch rival or adversary, an obstacle in their way. That is why I think that criticism was a little bit unbiased.
Unbiased or biased?
Biased, sorry.
And Barack Obama, he's also your favorite.
Yes, ma'am.
He was given an award for peace without having done anything for peace. What is your take on that?
I would slightly disagree with your point that he hasn't done anything for peace in the world. The first thing he did was to end the Iraq war in the Middle East. It was a great step for the Middle East region and stability in the state of Iraq. And second, he also tried to close the Guantanamo Bay, which was notorious for ill treatment of the prisoners. But unfortunately, the Congress stopped and created obstacles in his way to carry out this program of closing the Guantanamo Bay. And apart from that, if you look at the history of terrorism and the people responsible for 9/11 and the mastermind of 9/11, like Osama bin Laden, he carried out his strikes against Osama bin Laden in 2011 and killed him by bringing the war on terror to a close.
Do you think killing of Osama bin Laden, the way it was done, was in line with international law?
I think the way it was done was not according to international law because it breached the sovereignty of a state. And without informing the authorities of the state, they crossed the border in a sovereign state and carried out their strikes. So it is definitely a breach of international law regarding the equality of all states' sovereignty.
Do you like people who breach international law?
I don't like people who breach international law, but as compared to his goods and bads, he did a lot of good things.
And your favorite book includes Why Nations Fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree with him, or do you think there's more to it?
I agree to it because if you look at particularly at the example of Pakistan, the main problem with Pakistani state is misgovernance, and it is because of the lack of inclusive institutional structures and the policies and the ways these institutions work are in exclusive and exploitative ways. And the main theme and hypothesis of this book is that when you have inclusive institutions, inclusive society, then there will be space for innovations and ideas, and there will be meritocracy and competitiveness, which will lead to stability and prosperity of a nation. Same is the case with Pakistan, and I believe if we develop inclusive institutions, stable and strong institutions, Pakistan will progress by leap and bounds.
Your hobbies include football, hiking, traveling. Where have you been traveling?
I have traveled to most part of the country apart from Sindh province. I have been to northern areas. I have been to Kashmir. I have been to Lahore. I have been to multiple cities of Quetta. So in that way, I like traveling.
Thank you so much, Rafi Ullah.
Thank you.
So Rafi, tell us something about your district.
District Duki has become district in 2017. Earlier, it was part of district Loralai. It has a population of 205,044 people as per the census of 2023. There are three major tribes living in district Duki: Tareen, Loni, and Nasser. Apart from that, the source of revenue of the people mainly is about coal mining, agriculture, and small scale businesses. Duki is famous for the coal mines. Around 200,000 to 2,500 tons of coal are being carried out on daily basis to the factories and brick kilns of the Punjab.
Okay. And what is the historical significance of Loralai?
Historical significance of Loralai is that there is, if you look at the origin of its name, it's about there is two rivers. One is Lora and the other is Lai, and because of these two rivers, this Lorelai is called Lorelai. And I don't know any other historical.
Okay. Not from the British Raj, you don't remember anything.
Yeah.
All right. So, Malala Yousafzai is your favorite personality, as ma'am also asked about it. What is her source of income? What does he do, or what does her father do?
His father was a school teacher.
So, how is she affording all this?
When she came into international media, and his campaign was highlighted through the different social media and state media news, she got famous and she was given fund. She received funds from different organizations, and mainly being a Nobel laureate, she also received a lot of money, and she has funded Malala Fund as a facility for
Do
promoting
you
girls'
think
education.
such organizations fund or sponsor anyone without their hidden motives? Or
I don't think so. There is always some kind of motive and purpose behind every action of actors in both the national and international level. And same is the case with Malala. If they are supporting Malala and providing fund to Malala, definitely their goal and motive behind it was to defeat the Taliban, their school of
so
thought.
don't you think that that defeat would be more in a befitting manner if she comes back? At that time, things were worse, but today it's better. She should come back over here and work for the female education and all that.
I think it's better. It will be good if she come back to Pakistan and serve the people of Pakistan and girls of Pakistan in education. But I think as from her tweets, it is quite obvious that she still feel threatened by adversarial elements in the country. And that is why she is lacking confidence
Do you
and
think
trust.
she would ever come back?
I think she will at one stage in the future.
Okay, your first preference in groups is PAS, Pakistan Administrative Service.
Yes.
Duki is A area or B area?
It is B area.
B area. So, what is the difference between A area and B area?
A area comes a more streamlined area, or a more commercial area and developed area, as compared to B area, where state structures and institutions, everything is lacking and very backward and lying on the periphery.
Tell me in a more specific government machinery perspective.
I don't know that.
In your Duki, who's the district chief?
District chief is deputy commissioner, who is sitting in district Duki,
And who's responsible for law and order?
and deputy commissioner along with DPO is responsible for law and
Is
order.
there a DPO in Duki?
Yes, DPO is there.
So how come it's a B area then?
I think the main district, Duki city, is in A area, and all other tehsils comes into B area.
Okay. So from administrative point of view, what is the difference between A area and B area?
From administrative point of view, in A area there is state machinery available to the highest level, like DPO and deputy commissioners. They have seat over there. And in B area, we don't have offices for deputy commissioner and DPO, but assistant commissioners, tehsildars, and the lower staff work there for the law and order.
Okay, thank you. Sir.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSP पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी।
Okay. Can you tell me the qualification and process of election of a French president?
So
There-
I
there is
regret
unique-
my knowledge about that.
Okay. You are a student of constitutional law. I'm intrigued to ask you, what form of government is better suited to Pakistan? Parliamentary form of government or presidential?
Well, if you look at both parliamentary and presidential form of government, they both they have drawbacks and merits. But if you look at the Pakistani society, in terms of stability of political system, I would like a presidential system is more suitable to Pakistan. But if you look at the diversity of our state and society, and if we consider the representation of different ethnic groups in the state, and to alienate their fear of alienation and that they have no ownership in the state and institutions, I think parliamentary system is very suitable for Pakistan.
How supreme leader of Iran is elected and disqualified?
I think he is elected through electoral college.
You are a student of European history as well. What can you tell us about this time frame before the First World War, the concert of Europe?
If you look at the concert of Europe, it was an organization and alliance for the peaceful settlement of dispute in the European continent, and the purpose of that organization was to nip in the evil nip in the bud any liberal or revolutionary movements at that time in Europe.
What do you understand with the term appeasement of Hitler from European history?
Appeasement is basically if you compromise with an aggressor and give them something in compensation. And if we look at the appeasement of Hitler, it is believed that, and it is famous that when Chamberlain met with Hitler regarding Hitler's intentions to attack Czechoslovakia, then he chalk out a compensation plan with Hitler regarding handing over the Sudetenland to Hitler to avoid a full-fledged war against Czechoslovakia. And when he returned to British, he said, "I have secured peace with honor." And it was a kind of appeasement because Hitler later attacked Czechoslovakia.
How Turkish president is impeached?
I regret my knowledge on that.
Last question. What is the hierarchy of local government in Balochistan?
Hierarchy of local government, if you look at it, in terms of stations, or in terms of officials in the office?
Like you have a district, how local government?
Well, there are 4 kinds of institutions in local government in Balochistan. The first is metropolitan corporations. It is based on this distinction, categorization is based on the population. So first is metropolitan corporations, then there are municipal committees, and then there are district councils, and at the 4th level, there are union councils.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Well, Rafi Ullah, what you know about subcontinent?
Subcontinent was a continent.
Is it a continent or subcontinent? We are living in a continent or a subcontinent?
I think this name is also misnomer, a kind of misnomer, because it is a continent, and it had all the areas like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India. These all countries constituted the area of subcontinent, and it is a misnomer to call it a subcontinent. And I think this is also again the if you look at from the Orientalist perspective, British colonizers were limited to only to the India, so they call it a subcontinent.
Okay, differentiate between Orientalism and Occidentalism.
Orientalism is the point of view of the Westerns regarding the Eastern cultures and peoples and the nations.
And Occidentalism?
And Occidentalism is the point of view of the Eastern people about the Westerns.
So can you tell me that what sort of governance system prevailed before the arrival of British in India?
It was the kingship system, and it was based on the Mansabdari system. Different local landlords and feudal lords were given the authority to collect taxes from the people and from the peasants, and through them the state used to regulate the people. And the basic the state of Mughal Empire, if you look at the Mughal Empire state, at that time the services of the state were very limited to collect taxes and wage wars, and for that they
can differentiate between Jagirdar and Zamindar?
I think Jagirdar is the one who has been given official lands from the
Official lands and zamindars.
Zamindars are the one who have their own lands and properties.
What did you know about the frontier policy?
Frontier policy of the British,
No, frontier policy during Delhi Sultanate time periods.
I don't know about it.
Why Raw Act is called as black law?
Because it prohibited the political activities of the people of India, and they were denied their political rights and civil rights to protest and demonstrate and to get together for their rights.
Okay, you read political science.
Yes,
What
sir.
is the purpose and job of philosopher king and political thought of Plato?
The job of a philosopher king was to supervise over the administration of the republic, the ideal state, as Plato considered it in his book Republic.
Okay, can you name philosopher king in Indian history according to your point of view?
I think Ashoka.
Ashoka. What were dharma matras?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Well, you read European history. What is the relation between concert of Europe? Because you talk about concert of Europe
Yes.
and the establishment of UNO.
If you look at the concert of Europe, we can consider it is the predecessor of the United Nations. It was a forum for the purpose of collective security arrangement and to resolve disputes in the international arena with peaceful methods and to establish peace in the European continent.
Okay, my last question. You read Woodrow Wilson's 14 point. There is two very important clauses. Open sea policy and open diplomacy.
Okay.
What is the significance of these two clauses in Woodrow Wilson's 14 point?
Well, if you look at all wars of the European continent, they were basically about the naval routes. And that is why it was one of the reasons he included this point. There should be open seas. And second, if you look at the open diplomacy, another major reason behind majority of the wars in Europe was the secret diplomacy between different leaders of the states, which led to the different wars in Europe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
When is your interview formal?
I think it's 21st November.
21st November. So you have about 3 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
You are a strong candidate, but you have to prepare more. You have time. Have you submitted your, favorite personality and books and hobbies to the
No,
psychological?
not yet.
So I would recommend the personalities you have chosen. Please think about them. It is always good not to have a controversial personality.
Okay.
Okay? Because then, why do we ask about personalities? You know that?
No.
The personalities are asked to understand your personality. So the weaknesses of these personalities will be seen as your weaknesses. Because you like these people. So you have to be able to justify your appreciation of the particular personality that you've written. So if you have not submitted, please think through. Choose a neutral international personality rather than controversial personalities. Or whatever you choose, then develop full knowledge about it. You are knowledgeable about these personalities also, but you could see that it is difficult to defend critique on them. So it's better to have more neutral personality that you can defend. As regards your book reading also, please refresh it. And look at this book, Why Nations Fail, more critically. There is much more than what he has written, right? It's not just institutions, it's also about geography, right? Which become, your merit or your disadvantage. Hobbies, don't write so many hobbies. Because you can be asked so many questions. फीफा के ऊपर सवाल आ जाएंगे, who are the football champions, next फीफा कहाँ पे हो रहा है, मोरक्को की गेम कैसी थी, रोनाल्डो को सऊदीज ने क्यों लिया, मेसी की ज़िंदगी के बारे में बताएं. All sorts of questions will come. It will, because this is a competitive examination. You should strengthen your positives and not open too many flanks. Traveling, आपको इब्न बतूता पे पूछ सकते हैं, मार्को पोलो पे पूछ सकते हैं. आपने कोई ऐसी ट्रैवलिंग नहीं की हुई, यू जस्ट ट्रैवल विद इन द कंट्री. यू नो, सो ट्रैवलिंग होता है जब व्हेन यू ग्लोब ट्रॉटर, आपने अपना बैकपैक पकड़ा और गोबी डेजर्ट पे निकल गए, वो नहीं किया हुआ. सो डोंट ट्राई थिंग्स. सेम गोज फॉर कुकिंग. 1 या 2 रखो हॉबीज जिनको फिर आप इंटेलेक्चुअली एनालाइज करो. इट्स नॉट अबाउट जस्ट लाइकिंग कि मुझे ये पसंद है वो पसंद है. जो पसंद है उसको इंटेलेक्चुअली डिफेंड कर सको. ठीक है, अदरवाइज इट्स फाइन. प्लीज.
Thank you, ma'am. अच्छा Najib, probably आप on the basis of your domicile, on the basis of your previous experience, and I'm sure and I hope that you'll be having good marks in written, you'll be allocated probably. But in next 20 days, what you can do is you can improve your group or standing or position. Right? First thing which is very negative in my point of view is you lose the eye contact when you reply. This shows negativity. This shows lack of confidence. You should always have a eye contact. Then आपका दुक्की जो है वो 2017 में डिस्ट्रिक्ट बना है. You should be knowing everything about the Lorelei. Lorelei की जो गवर्नमेंट, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के इराद से जो एक सिग्निफिकेंस है, लोरालाई, योब और पशीन, ये तब से आज तक वही चल रही है. इस चीज को थोड़ा सा आप वो करो. बाकी जो नेक्स्ट 20 डेज है ना, इनको अब आपने वॉर फुटिंग पे लेना है. आपने ये समझना है कि मैंने हर दिन 3, 4, 5 पोजीशंस इंप्रूव करना है. ठीक है, और उसमें आपके अपने डिस्ट्रिक्ट का, करंट अफेयर्स का, बाकी तमाम जो आपको अभी फीडबैक मिलेगा उसको जरूर इनकॉर्पोरेट करें. थैंक यू.
Most of the things have already been covered. Just 2 or 3 very little things. One, obviously, you must have noticed by now that your optionals are not prepared. Rather, they are on the negative side. Constitutional law, political science, you must know about constitutions. You must major moti baatein at least pata honi chahiye. So these are a couple of things. Baki honorable panelists have already explained to you. Sir, please.
सर थैंक यू. वेल, आपका जो ऑप्शंस में ना, कुछ तो अच्छे आप आंसर कर सकते हैं. जो अच्छे आंसर्स करते हैं तो उनकी रैशनल तो बहुत अच्छी देते हैं आप, लेकिन बहुत से क्वेश्चन आप मिस करते हैं. एंड आई फील कि अगेन इंडो पाक और पाकिस्तान अफेयर्स जो IR के और पॉलिटिकल साइंस के लोगों को बहुत ग्रे एरिया रह जाता है हमेशा. इसको चेक कर लीजिएगा कि जो पैनलिस्ट जो हैं वो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन जो हैं इंडो पाक की हिस्ट्री के ऊपर, वॉर्स के ऊपर, इवन के जो बिफोर मूरियन एम्पायर से पहले की चीज़ें पूछते हैं. अभी जो चेयर कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा अशोका और बहुत फेवरेट है उनका. ठीक है, तो उसके बारे में पढ़ के जाइएगा.
ठीक है सर.
ठीक है, तो ये ग्रे एरियाज और जो बाकी आपको बातें बताई इनको इम्प्रूव कीजिएगा. आपने हॉब्स की वो पढ़ा होगा, बहुत फेमस उसका एक सेइंग है कि देयर इज अ वॉर ऑल अगेंस्ट ऑल.
यस.
और जो एक डार्विनिज्म की सेइंग है कि सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट.
यस.
अभी आपको सर ने बताया कि आप जिस एरिया से आए हैं आप एलोकेट हो जाएंगे, लेकिन अगर टॉप वहाँ पर कंपटीशन जो है ना वो एलोकेशन पे और टॉप पोजीशंस और उन पे अपने ग्रुप्स अच्छे लेने पे, अगर वो करना है तो आपको फिटेस्ट बनना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, थैंक यू.
So I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.